kaleidoscope Jesus.
Welcome back to the table. I am here, Stefan Margerson, with Ray and with Josh. And we're not at the table. We may end up at one. We'll see. You know how it works at this point. And as we're walking along, we're still continuing our series talking about the 5 tenets of our faith as Methodists: the prayers, presence, gifts, service, and witness. These are the things that we as Methodists vow to participate in as members of churches. And so for you at Front Street, or if you're a part of a different Methodist church, or if you're just connected with us tangentially, we're diving deeper into these things so that we can better understand what they mean for our life. And part of that, when we think about all these things, these are offerings that we have to the community, right? To the community of the church and also the community that we serve in. And when we're diving deeper into these things, Jay's got a really good perspective for us to look at. A lot of them feel like they're very sacrificial in nature, especially gifts, the one that we're talking about today. But we would love to find a way for us to look at that so it is natural and easy for us to dive into those in more profound ways.
Some people come at when they hear gifts, talents, something like a drudgery, like, oh man, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I think, as we were talking earlier, the thing to hone in on is, what are you good at?
Yeah. What are you good at?
What are you good at? You know, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of these kind of gifts, but you know something I love to do? I love mowing grass.
Yeah.
I love it. I love mowing grass. I love working in the yard.
You talk about it a lot. You do
yes, because I love it. I love doing it.
It's a strange thing to us, but we're glad to listen.
If I go over to the neighbor's house and mow their front yard,
that's a gift.
Because I like doing it, but it's a little selfish too, you know?
Okay.
What are you good at? Maybe you're good at painting. Maybe you're good at music. Maybe you're good at making money. Maybe you're good at whatever it may be, but that's the thing that I think we need to look at.
I'll speak for my wife and say she's a nurse. Most of you know she's a labor and delivery nurse. And one of the things that she's really good at is encouraging these moms in that very stressful moment of delivery. And I've actually, in just circumstances, been in situations to see her do that work as a pastor. That's just happens there. And so, to see her give that encouragement and to see her help a new mom walk through that space and there's a lot of pain, a lot of hardship, a lot of difficulty, and she has a gift that she gives in those moments.
Mm-hmm. Gift.
I love to cook for people. It's one of my favorite things to make somebody a meal that I know they're going to enjoy, and to have them enjoy it in a way that they feel filled, not just with their stomachs, but with their soul.
Yeah.
To make that kind of like soul food.
Yeah.
I have some Thai curry in my freezer still that I gotta get back to and work on from you.
That's right.
Well, I think some people think that when we say gift, you kind of has to be some sort of grand scale, something huge.
You mean like something that like fits on a wall?
Something that fits on a wall.
Something like that, perhaps?
Yes, something like that,
okay.
Which many of us could not do that. I could do that with a paint by number.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think I could do that.
I couldn't do this either.
What is this?
Come over and take a look. This is one of the first murals that was commissioned here in Burlington. This is downtown, right next to our food hall that's centered downtown. And if you walk around the backside to where the parking lot is, that's where the mural is facing. And it's a mural called Equality and Justice. And it was painted by the author of it, or the painter of it is up here, Mauricio Ramirez. And he goes around the nation and goes to different buildings that people commission him to come out to, and finds ways to bring cultures together and to bring ideas together. And so that's some of the work that was inspired here. It's a beautiful piece, and it stretches quite a distance. I mean, it's 60 feet maybe in length and, 15 feet tall. It's a large mural. So the reason I wanted to show you that mural is to show you this one. It's because that was the first mural that was here, but it inspired more. After he made that mural and people got excited about it, there was another artist that was commissioned to come out here, and that's Dance It Out on this wall here. It's an awesome mural that is inspired by the Walker Dance Studio that's right in the same building. And the artist that put this together was challenged to create excitement and movement and energy without using facial expressions, what we commonly are able to read emotions on. And so what she did, this is Gina Franco's work, she went to the bottom half of people and looked at their feet, their waists, and made this mural about them dancing. And so you've got ballerinas, you've got some Converse probably doing some type of hip hop dance, you've got some Crocs in the middle, maybe someone in clogs or in boots down here that are dancing in a new way. It's this fun, excitable thing, and it created so much energy. The first one created so much energy that it inspired more work to be done in the community. It's a gift that inspired more giving in a unique and wonderful way.
So gifts are a blessing, and they can be a blessing to others. It's a blessing to receive them, blessing to have them, even a huge, huge gift when you share them.
But it's also not so specified in the way that you give. It doesn't have to be a certain way. It doesn't have to be a certain amount. It doesn't have to be a grand mural like this. It doesn't have to be facial expressions. It can be unique. It can be colorful. It can be different. It can take a new perspective.
Years ago, a friend of mine, a businessman that, anyway, he had a lot of money. We were putting in a bookstore at the church that I was serving, and we're doing all this work, getting all of it. In the bookstore, just the supplies is going to be about $30,000,
Okay.
not including the outbuild. And so we're just struggling. We tell the congregation, the congregation's made this decision. Well, this guy named Jim comes to the office one day and is ticked.
Okay.
This businessman. We're like, what is up, Jim? And Jim said, my gift is knowing how to make money.
Okay.
And that's the gift, one of the gifts that God's given me. He said, and when you don't give me the opportunity to give to something like this, you rob me of the gifts that God has given me.
Ooh.
I never thought about that.
It's a true and a hard word.
But he said, Ray, that is my giftedness.
Yeah.
I know how to make money. I'm a businessman. That's what I do. And all that I have is for our Lord. And when you don't ask me, you've literally robbed me of what God has done for me to give,
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
for the community of faith, for the world.
So the example there includes money,
Yes,
financial gifts.
yes.
But really, the potent word behind that is that
That was his gift.
that was his gift.
That's what God gave him to do. He knew what to do with that, And we have another friend, Bert, who is a unbelievable pianist and choral director guy. Piano skills are off the charts. But you think about somebody that works in the church, you're going to do that for the church.
Yeah.
Well, the guy behind the camera one day said, have you ever thought about doing this like at your house? Just invite people over. He has a baby grand piano and this big living room. Just invite people over we love hearing you play, and just tell stories. Well, that was during COVID, and you know what he and his wife did?
Yeah.
One of the most watched videos they had was he and his wife on Friday nights would sit at the piano and talk about music and play.
Mm.
But then inviting people later in just for snacks, food, refreshments, and just listen to him play. So his gift he used, I think the other thing is he plays the piano, he's a choral guy, he does that in church.
Yeah.
Who says?
Right.
Who says what you're supposed to do? Kind of going back to, you cook, you want to cook for people.
Exactly.
You want to do it for others. And we need to use our gifts. Just don't narrow focus it on what we often think of the gifts, what I can do for church.
Yeah.
It's what can I do for the world?
And it's don't narrow other people's gifts.
Yeah.
And also, very specifically, don't narrow your own gift.
Right.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say that in thinking about that story, the whole point of these gifts isn't for us to just hoard them for the church and hoard them for ourselves. It's to take them out to the community. It's to take them out to the people. And if Bert only ever played his music in the church, it's limiting that blessing to the people that you will only interact with. But now when you take it outside, you take it beyond the walls of the place that we're supposed to be. And our blessings aren't supposed to be things that we keep for ourselves. They're supposed to be those things that other people that we'll never interact with almost should be able to enjoy. And
So you're saying if any of these murals had been painted on the inside of those buildings, that would have totally defeated the purpose of them.
But now
they were
anybody
painted on the outside.
Anybody driving down Main Street here can see, hey, that's a beautiful piece of art.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man. Well, one of the gifts that I know that you have, Ray, is it's maybe not in cooking, but it is in feeding people. that whenever you
I'd
get
love to
people
feed
together,
people.
you make sure that they're fed, and we're right outside the food hall.
Let's go get something to eat.
Let's do it.
I'm all over that, boys.
Sounds good.
I'm not even going to share that. Well, I'll share the food. They can eat it.
We'll see you
Thanks for
next week.
coming. We'll see you.
How colorful the many ways you meet us. Can't believe the places that we see. All your revelations are so genius. Kaleidoscope Jesus. Kaleidoscope Jesus. How colorful the many ways you meet us. Can't believe the places that we see. All your revelations are so genius. Kaleidoscope Jesus. Kaleidoscope Jesus.